Caek and Minko.
And this is the Cool People from Mars podcast.
Yes. And today we're here to talk about the newest...
No, it's the Caek and Minko podcast.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
If you haven't figured that out yet from your search.
And we're Caek and Minko, and we're here to talk about our newest single, California, which came out last Friday, November 15th. And here we are. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
So before we talk about that, do you think that there's actually a Cool People from Mars podcast?
I don't know. We should look it up. Cool People from Mars. Oh, cool people who did cool stuff. Cool people.
There's nobody from Mars on that.
Podcast. Cool people who did cool stuff is the closest thing.
You know, we'll have to check that out sometime when we have time, which is never.
Okay. Well, today I'm going to start us off with a question from a good friend. And just so you know, if you have a question, you can always send us a message on Instagram or email questions@cakeandminko.com.
Yeah. And it can be anything. It can be creative. It can be about like, what do you guys
like to eat?
Yeah. What's your favorite spice?
How do you like your bidet at home?
Yeah. For the record. I'm so glad you mentioned that because I feel like the world needs bidets.
Everyone needs a bidet.
I don't understand. I mean, I don't know that I'd ever want to use a public toilet bidet. No, that's kind of over the top. But home bidets, I like home bidets for days.
Yeah, home bidets for days.
Yeah, because
next single coming
if you're in your house right now and you don't have a bidet, just like reconsider.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those people who's like, I can't do it, just try it.
Yeah, just try it. Can't hurt.
Going out into the world after using a bidet is better than
the best.
Not.
And being a woman too, it's pretty cool.
So, Cool People from Mars.
Anyway,
here we go.
Pop music.
Off to
Here
a great
we go.
Start.
I'm going to play this quote because he sent us an audio message.
Oh, nice.
Hi, it's Terrence. All right, I'm going to ask you a question. So I want to know if...
What is he eating?
Your next upcoming songs, are they all fictional, or do they represent some real experience in your life?
Cool.
That's an awesome question from our friend Terrence, who was apparently eating
something. So sorry for the misophonia folks out there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
that's a great question.
That is a great question.
Yeah. Okay. So the best way that I can answer this is to say that, oh man, that's a really hard question. All right, let me try to wrap my head around it.
Okay. I think it's very easy.
But it's not.
Okay.
It's nuanced. It is in it. So yes.
All right.
The simple answer to that is yes. That's like the macro.
What are you saying yes to? He said it was an either or situation.
Yes. I do that to Michaela all the time. She's like, do you want this or this? And I'm like, yes. Just to make it crazy.
I would say there are real situations that we are feeling or going through.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I am not one to create a song without it being tethered to my soul.
Totally.
But however, that is an interesting thing because at times what I will do or what I have done in the past, I can't say this song is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
100% a reflection of how I feel.
Well, the pedal's not broken on my piano
anymore. But when
was it broken?
It was broken.
Ah, okay. So that was.
So there's a lyric in the song saying the pedal's broken, but she's soulful on the piano. The sustain pedal was broken.
It was. I don't remember that.
Half of the keys.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's been fixed now.
Yeah.
And that's not because we went platinum yet, but we mustered the money together to get that fixed.
Yeah.
But there are times that I will write a song and. I'll begin to write a song and I will have like something pop into my head.
That means nothing really.
No, maybe not even, it triggers me.
Sure.
You know, so maybe it's a song about, I don't know, getting sick or something like whatever. And maybe I'm not sick or maybe, you know, I've never been sick in that way, but it goes like it triggers me. It I don't know, flips a switch on in me and then I begin to write that song. Right. So
Well, it's inspired by different things, but then
Yeah.
it becomes your own. Like,
Right.
there are songs that were, and this is interesting because there's a dynamic between us. So you write our lyrics, but sometimes it's something that I'm feeling, but then it also kind of becomes something that you're feeling or we're feeling together.
Yeah.
So you kind of like
A good
tap
example
into
of that
me.
was Scream.
Scream, yeah, for sure.
Right. And we already talked about that in the last podcast, which you guys should check out. You people should check out. Why did I say guys?
I don't know, but I love it.
I'm
and
so
I hate
ADHD.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, but that song, I originally wrote it about something a bad feeling inside of me.
Yeah.
That changed to climate change. That
Yeah.
changed to women's rights.
Right.
And that ultimately had a message that reached much further. And that's kind of how it happens. Sometimes you start with something very personal to
Yeah.
you, and then it, the spectrum grows wider.
Right.
Yep.
And it makes me think about, we haven't come out with the song yet, but I think it's coming out next. Like, stay tuned. Where there was something terrible happening and I was feeling a lot about it and I was like crying, and I think you wrote a song about that, but like kind of like a bigger idea that had to do with that.
Which
day.
one was this?
This is the next one that's coming out.
Okay.
Mama.
We won't get into that. Yeah.
We won't get into it. We'll get into it next month. But so yeah, and it is interesting. But ultimately the answer is yes. No, they are all.
Also, sometimes I will write a song that has nothing to do with anything, and I'll just start out like that. I will say something nonsensical.
Right. That's what I was saying before.
And it's like fishing,
Yes.
and eventually I find like in that something that resonates with me, and then the whole song writes.
I feel like you started a song recently that way.
Yeah, the one that I'm working on for the Marvin Isles stuff.
No. One for us.
Oh, yeah.
It started out where you were like...
Well, actually, no, that one had a theme.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But that does happen.
No, you're right. I did have that lyric, and it meant nothing.
Right. And then you kind of discovered what it
it's funny. I write some of these, if not most of the ones that start with me in my sleep.
Yeah. Right.
And it's I will be singing sometimes a whole song in my head.
Yeah.
Even with parts and everything.
Yep.
And then I in the dream, I'm like, Mike, wake up. You got to record this.
Yeah.
And I wake myself up out of the dream to record it. It's really weird.
Well, why don't we segue now into how California was written and what how it started and then how you wrote to it and
Totally. I think you started with the chords.
Piano, it was a piano part.
And I think you played it on our upright.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
So we have this when we first moved into this house, and this is kind of part of the song. We built this house, and
Mike built it. I didn't build it.
I built this house.
I built part of the deck. And that was fun. And then I got pregnant.
You were so good at decking. Oh my gosh, you're so good at
decking. And like there's like a wood wall in our kitchen that I helped and I drilled it in. Mm-hmm. But I was pregnant and I was like, I can't do shit. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So when we moved in here, we had not a lot of money, but we both decided that a real piano was pretty essential to everything in our lives. And so we searched high and low for a used piano, and we found a gentleman locally who fixes and sells used pianos.
Yeah.
And we went to his shop and we tried out a bunch of pianos, and this one piano, when we played it, it was like it had its own soul.
Great.
Yeah, it was just beautiful. It was like warm and
not too bright.
Not too bright. Bright pianos suck.
And the feel for me was really nice.
Yeah.
The pedal wasn't broken at that time, I don't think.
I don't remember. We set the piano up. It's beautiful. Michaela sits down at it and she starts writing what became California. And as soon as she started playing like the first chords, I was just like, out there in California.
Really?
As soon as you did it.
You're probably in the kitchen cooking.
And then I was like, Michaela, record this on the computer.
Yeah.
And then I remember like right there and then I was like, out there in California.
That's how it started for sure. Yeah.
For sure. And then I was just like, I think at that time I had just spoken to Budo on the phone recently, and he was out. He was like telling me he's moving out to LA, and he was like, a lot of my friends now, good friends, live out in LA, and it's funny because sometimes I'm like, oh, I just want to go out there, and they'll be like, yo, just come out.
It's
I was
so
like,
easy.
oh my God, what does that mean to me?
Yeah.
I sat down at the computer and with that in my mind, like, I wish we could.
Yeah.
I wish we could just like be like, yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
We are in no position to do that currently.
Yeah. And
Currently.
currently, sometimes Mike says words funny.
Yeah. It's because I'm an overthinker. Currently.
Beer is bear.
It's abstracting
and bear is beer.
Wait, no. Okay. All right. We're gonna get back to California. Let's get into a mini fight here.
Okay,
and I want everybody's opinion on this, okay? Hair on your head. Hair. I am here.
I'm here.
Sitting in my seat.
Yes.
Okay, so we're good on that.
Great.
Hair.
But I've heard you say
here.
I'm hair before.
Okay, that's just wrong. I was wrong.
I know. Go ahead. Pear.
I was wrong.
I'm going to eat a pear.
I'm going to eat a pear.
No. I'm going to peer into your soul.
Also, peer.
Peer.
I'm going to peer into your soul. I'm going to eat a pear.
I'm going to eat a pear.
Oh my gosh. People, if you're listening,
chime in.
We
need in the comments.
Okay.
Please, in the comments. Is it pear? Is it pear?
I am a beer.
I am a beer. I'm a bear. Roar, I'm a bear.
No. My skin, I have no shirt on. I am bare-chested.
Yes, that is true.
Bear.
Yes, bare-chested. But I'm a roar. I'm a bear.
I'm a beer.
I'm a bear. No. I'm going to drink a beer.
Beer is spelled B-E-A-R.
Yeah, bear. Bear.
No. A beer you drink is also a beer.
Yes.
Beer.
Beer you drink. Okay, so pear or peer. I'm going to eat a pear. What the f*** are you talking about? Or is it roar, I'm a bear, or roar, I'm a beer?
Have no fear, I'm a beer eating pears.
No. Please in the comments, tell me that I'm right.
No, please in the comments tell me I just, first of all, did the best rap ever. And second of all,
it's nothing like my lemonade one, though.
And I don't care what the dictionary is. If anyone's out there, don't look in the dictionary. Think of how your heart feels.
No,
what
seriously.
does your heart say?
What do you say?
Do you drink a beer with your friend that's a beer? Or
I'm going to drink a beer with a beer?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, moving on.
Kill me.
But do appreciate everyone's perspective on this because we've been fighting about this probably forever.
Oh, God.
And
anyway.
I'm right.
You're not right. I'm going to win.
So I sit down to write California.
Mm-hmm.
Out there in California, that part comes to me immediately, and then I just let loose. And the whole song essentially wrote itself after that. I think you were doing stuff out there and I was just like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And I just went to town.
Totally.
And it's funny because one of the verses that at the time when we were finalizing the song was something like, all my friends live out in LA, just move out is what they tell me.
Yeah.
I lay awake thinking about it at night, thinking, how did I not make it out there by now?
Yeah.
And that's funny enough, the theme of the entire song.
It is.
It's like I have this, I know I speak for you with this too, but we have this desire to be where we feel like we belong in a community. We both don't really love the cold, and here we are in literally in the mountains.
Yeah.
And
it's getting cold.
It's getting cold. We've already had snow, and that was in October.
Yeah.
And once it does snow, it won't leave until, I don't know,
at
late
least
spring.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. March at the earliest.
Yeah, and the roads the snow doesn't go away. It just packs down.
Yeah. Right.
And everyone falls down and gets hurt.
Yeah.
And neither of us has much meat on us, so we don't thrive in colder conditions. And also, we just love the sunshine. We love art and museums and good food and the type of people that are in LA. Also, we really want to be out there, and we want to be in a situation where we can be out there.
For
so
sure.
The theme also of this song is working hard, tirelessly in this craft that is not, does not pay a lot.
Yeah. You know what though? Like California can also be like an idea because it's
Well,
like,
it is.
yeah, it's like working toward like something that you want to get to.
Right.
And just like seeing it in the future and not being there and like kind of feeling like, well, feeling a lot of things, feeling sometimes disappointed or overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Hopeful.
Yeah, like what, the idea of California is, yes, to be in California, but what does it mean? How do I get there? How far is California for us? Like,
yeah, that's mostly the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, like when is it
it's
going
not
to happen
about California.
for us?
It's being in a situation where we could get out to California.
Yeah.
And I think, I was saying about music. Music is probably, if not the hardest career to become successful in. It's nearly
Well, because
the
you're waiting
hardest.
to get lucky. Like other trajectories that are more stable or
Yeah.
like other professions or whatever that are seemingly more straightforward. You can see like when what's gonna happen. Kind of, you're going to be a doctor, like, oh, I'm going to graduate this and then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? And there are other things that are more up in the air, but with being an artist, it's like it could never happen. And so like you are working so hard at this thing where you can't really see the end of it. And it's really hard to be in that like transitional period where like a year from now we could just be like, well, that was kind of fun and didn't really go anywhere,
But
and
also,
so that's hard.
It's like that is a huge part of it. The not knowing.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so much to it. Is like the idea that this is us, right? And
Totally.
if you only live once and you pursue something that is not you, whatever that is, I feel like that's a shame.
For sure.
And my heart tells me that it's worth it to try. And my heart won't let me not pursue music.
Right.
I feel like, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way. And that could be like problems behind a lot of people's, issues and like addictions and things like that, is because they're not living a life that is their own, or,
Yeah.
And I feel like I've gotten to that place at times in my life where maybe this craft of making music was just too hard and I wanted to quit, and maybe I did for a little while.
Yeah.
And every time I did, I felt like empty. And like I was living emptily.
Yeah.
Emptily?
Yeah, whatever.
And
That makes
so
sense.
knowing that you can't quit, and that there's no concrete end in sight, and knowing that it's hard work. We have to do this after our first jobs.
Yeah.
And then also just being pummeled by the industry.
Yeah.
Streaming music is awful as far as getting paid from. Marketing yourself via social media and things like that is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
And there's so many people doing it, and there's so many people who want to be artists as well. So how do you stand out? All of this stuff. And you have, at the end of the day, this is this song. It's like lamenting, like I just want to be where I feel like I belong.
Right.
For once in my life, after all these years of working towards this craft, I want something to give. And how do I do that? And I definitely cried for a lot of the writing of this song, because like that came through. And I was just like, what gives?
Yeah. It's frustration, overwhelm. Yeah, for sure.
Are there any lines in the song that you have? What? Something?
Are you leading the witness? You know what I'm going to say.
What? I actually don't.
Write my music on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
So when we were going to record this song, I was singing that verse, and it was like, I wish we had filmed it because it was like funny, like when you get emotional and you just like, I can't, or like if you're like watching a TV show and you start crying, you're like a little embarrassed, but like that's how I felt. Like I couldn't sing that line Like, I hope that one day I can even. I hope that
like she's not saying the line right now because she doesn't want to cry on camera. What she's gonna say is she couldn't
right,
sing the line without crying.
Write my music on the weekends while my baby boy is sleeping, which literally is what happened. He would be, in nap land, which was so long ago.
Wow.
He would take naps.
That lasted a week.
And it was not even just on the weekends. It was during the week. So that wasn't true, Mike. Oh, God. We would write during his nap times. It was so funny. And at night.
Which varied from like 5 minutes to an hour. Oh,
God. He was the worst napper.
Hour max, yeah.
Write my music on the weekends while my baby boy is sleeping. I hope, all these songs that I believe in, I hope that one day they will feed him. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of.
Give that a minute to resonate. All these songs that I believe in, I hope that one day they will feed him.
Yeah.
Because the other part about being a musician is you don't have a 401k.
Oh, God.
You don't have.
We're living like,
Yeah. And it's not to complain. Our life is beautiful. It truly is. But
and we're so lucky.
It's not sexy.
The reason that we're here in this house, in living that the way that we are is because it's giving us the freedom to do what we're doing. We have a home studio. We do everything ourselves other than like our background vocalists and like little things that we add in, right? And, Taji is going to school here and, that's great. We both have jobs that we can, give us the freedom. I'm teaching piano. Mike's doing handyman work. We run our own lives here, We could just move out to LA tomorrow. We could, but then we'd be, it's just,
We could get there.
We could get there.
We could get there.
But then we'd have to get like jobs that, don't give us any freedom.
I couldn't get a job. I could get a handyman job. Yeah.
We wouldn't have any time for anything. Like it just wouldn't, we would have to like stop music, which would make no sense, right? We're here because it's helping
it's our own decision.
It's our own decision.
Yeah, I mean, like outside of this, we have like really important degrees. Michaela has a degree in music, and I have credits towards an art degree. So, like, we're set. If we didn't do music, we'd be set. Trust me, with my credits towards an art degree, I would be going places. Yeah. Art is like
everyone knows a degree in music gets you real far.
we sabotaged our own lives. By listening to our souls. We could have been rich or something.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we're it's a means to an end or whatever, Yeah. Oh, what's Chris Simpson's quote? It's not a way to thrive, it's a way through.
Yeah.
And we're getting through right now. Like when we're like, oh, we're kind of in debt. We got to pay off this credit card, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's fine. We're going to do the best we can right now because we need, like, the goal is California. The goal is to make it as musicians. The goal is to like support ourselves with our music and, and Taji and everything and live the life that we
and have a savings like normal people might have.
And hopefully, savings, more freedom.
Not that everyone has a savings, but like we have like debt.
Yeah, for sure.
Which again is of our own design, so we're not complaining. But it is tough.
And lots of people have debt. And,
The other thing is I don't remember anything in life, nor what was I going to mention just now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But that's what the song's about.
That's what the song's about.
And that's what it means to us.
It means a lot to us. Yeah. I think this one is really like ripped my heart out and just like threw it into the song.
Yeah.
Digitized it.
Well, it's really like our lives right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other songs might be snippets of things but we're living California right now.
Here's another really important point. Maybe the most important point. We're hopeful.
Yeah.
Because this is a song of hope.
We wouldn't be doing it without.
This is a song of we are not allowed to know what is going to happen right now. We can't know that. It's outside of our knowing, but we are hopeful. Hence why we made the song.
Yeah.
Hence why we did take those small opportunities when Taji was sleeping to write music.
Yeah.
Like in a fury.
Right.
With why we got that piano, why it sits in our studio, why we're here right now recording this is all hope. Right. And it's all hope in such adversity. because it's hard craft. And I think that I hope that everyone can hear this song and hear maybe this podcast as well and know that we're probably not in too different of a situation from a lot of you. And I really think that if you get the opportunity to, in your life, to any degree, follow your dreams and put in the work and just have as much hope as you can in the face of all of it, because it's really important.
Cool.
I don't know if that came out right.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you have hope. That is
sure.
that is my sentiment to all of you out there. If you're listening right now, hope. And I hope you have hope.
I hope you dance. Just kidding.
What is that?
That's a song.
Okay. So that's pretty much the gist of it. We got a really cool review from someone.
Yeah. Okay. One of my students. So this is what he sent to me. California, amazing, a marvel. You picked the right time to release it. You and Mike and your chorus of singers. It complements John Baptiste's latest, meditative, surrounding, unexpected. The kind of work one should send out into space saying, ignore much of the nonsense you see and hear from the earth. Listen to these artists. This is what humanity is capable of. That was good.
Thank you. That's pretty rad. And also, I also send this song out into space and hope that aliens come get us soon.
If you're just seeing us for the first time, and you like us and you think that we're cool and you've listened to our song and you like it, please follow us and share with your friends, because we're trying to connect with all of you and connect with more people and all the things. We hope that our music resonates with you. And you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Send us voice questions if you have them, but make sure you're not eating. Thank you.
Yes, send us questions.
Also, another important one, if you do send us a question, like an audio question, don't have music in the background. That's an important thing.
Okay.
Bobby, my friend Bobby sent me one, but it had music in the background. Couldn't use it.
Okay.
I'll reach out to him after this.
Okay. We also do have t-shirts.
Yes.
You can get that on our website if you want to. It's cakeandminko.com, CAEK, and Minko, MINKO.
And every purchase goes towards the future of music with us.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you haven't checked out, whatever.
I wish you many popcorns.
Just cut that.
I don't know that I will. I may leave that in.
I gave up. I give
Michaela's
up.
toast.
Toast.
She was toast after 10 minutes. The rest of this is just fumes. After this, she just falls down. Thank you. I'll take it from here. Thank you all for listening. We are Caek and Minko.
Thank you all for, I don't know.
What? Speaking of naps earlier, I'm going to write a song when Michaela goes down for a nap.
I'm not even tired.
Well, your mouth is.
My readiness score was 65, so.
Oh.
Shout out to Fitbit.
And Aura. We got a Fitbit and Aura rings. We're super high tech right now. We can tell how we slept. Michaela probably got a 4 last night on sleep score.
85.
Okay.
85.
In closing, thank you all for listening to this and to our music and sharing it with people that could also like it, which is everybody.
Everybody.
And we'll see you and talk to you soon.
Love you. Bye.
Should we fake talk now, like they do on like late night TV shows?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bye.
I can't. Bye.